Hello and welcome to Dad's Desk. This is Rusty. For this project, we're going to take a Visual Basic program and connect into a Microsoft Access database and then use SQL statements to retrieve some of that data. As you can see on the screen, I've already created the project. I have a data grid view right here called DGV display and several buttons: BTN select, BTN select fields, BTN select headings, and BTN select specific headings. Now I have already copied the database itself into my bin debug folder. And we'll take just a very quick look at this one. This is an accdb database. I will also show you how to connect into a .mdb, an older or previous version of Microsoft Access. You see we have a table called TBL employees, and we'll look at these fields later on. I won't spend any time just at the present. You can pause the video if you would like. So let's get started. I'm going to come over here to the first button, just double click on it, and we'll create the variables. The first one is a string variable that will hold our SQL statement. So I'll say dimension, DIM-STR, data source as string, and we'll make the data table dimension DT as new data table. There we go. Now there are two different ways to connect into the database. The first one we'll say dimension CONNSTR for connection string. That's kind of just a standard one that I use, as string equals double quotes provider equals, and you can put space bars before and after the equal signs if you would like, Microsoft.ace.oledb object linking embedding database .12.0 semicolon double quote spacebar ampersand, and I'll press enter because I just always like to come down to the next line to do this. I could put all of this on one line, but years ago I got into the habit of doing this way, and I just continue to do it that way. Then within the double quotes on the next line, I'll say data spacebar source equals, and that's going to be employees.accdb double quote. Very, very good. All right. Now, what if I had an older version of Microsoft Access, or one that had the .mdb file extension? Very, very similar. We'll just come in and put this one. I'll remark it out in just a moment. We'll say dimension CONNSTR1, just so we have something different, as string equals double quotes provider equals Microsoft .jet.oledb .4.0 semicolon double quotes spacebar ampersand enter key double quotes data spacebar source equals double quotes, and this one would be, oops, no double quotes, I'm sorry, employees.mdb double quote. There, just like that. That's if we had an older version. Now I don't, so I'm just going to come in here and remark those two lines out because I really don't need them. Then I'll come down into my BTN select, and we'll just put a remark statement here that says uses the select statement to select all of the fields. There we go. And we'll say the str data source equals double quotes select, and I like to put the SQL statements in all capital letters. Since I want all of the fields, I'll do an asterisk from, and that the table name is TBL employees double quote. Very, very good. A little blank line. Let's kind of scroll up just a little bit, and I'm going to put in a couple of lines here so that if I press the enter key more than once, it's going to clear things out. We'll talk about that maybe later on. We'll say dt.columns.clear open close parentheses and dt.rows.clear open closed parentheses. Then for our data adapter to execute everything, we'll say dimension data adapter equals a new oledb data adapter parentheses str data source comma CONNSTR close parentheses. Very, very good. And then data adapter dot fill parentheses DT, data adapter dot dispose, open close parentheses, and then me, meaning this form, dot data grid view DGV display dot data source equals DT. Very, very good. Okay, let's give this one a try. We'll click on Start. And once this loads up, take it just a moment to compile and check for any of my errors. There we go. That didn't take long at all. We'll come over here, click on the select statement, and in just a moment, bingo, there we go. Now I really probably should make this a little bit wider so if we can see all the data, but you can see that it's pulled in the ID number, the last name, the first name, the phone extension, the email address, and the age of each of these employees. So if I wanted to, I could close that. Come back here to my design view very quickly. Let's get that one out of the way also. Maybe make the form a little bit wider. And we'll make the data grid a little bit wider also. I'll leave everything else the same for this tutorial, maybe make it wider in the next one, and click on it again, and there we go. Very, very good. In the next video, we'll look at how we can use these other buttons to return some more specific data. But as always, thank you for watching.